And it says we are live. It's Thursday night. I'm here. You're beautiful. And that means, baby, it's time. And I just got to adjust this a little bit for GotBot Goes live. I, of course, am your host, your most humble of hosts, Dennis Moulton, a.k.a. GotBot. As always, man, please like, comment, share, of course, subscribe. And while you're at it, loud them up, baby. Ooh, we've done it good that time. And hit the notification bell. It helps me out a ton. It lets you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. Check out Machinery of Man, the Everything Factor, all the groups that I'm either a mod or an admin for, and all my social media links. All of that down in the description below. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, there is a donate link. You can check us out on Patreon, see what we offer to you through Teespring, or of course, hit the join button right here on YouTube and become a channel member. I'm going to get things set up here. It looks like it's a little bit slower than usual tonight. That's all right. That is okay, man. I will get to the comments and stuff in a little bit while people filter in. Tonight, we certainly have some news to cover. Some of it just before we kind of went on the air. Some reveals from the Masterpiece line, from the Red line, from the Kingdom line, of course. We know what kind of the big reveal was this week. We have some third-party things to look at from YOLOPARK and Flame Toys, for example. We have this week's pickup, which really is kind of capping off my birthday haul because newsflash, my birthday isn't today. It's not tomorrow. It's Saturday. And I also tomorrow have to go and get my first take on getting my shot. You know, it's my shot. It's my time. Right. It is what it is. So like, there's a lot going on over the next couple of days. So we're going to kick things off and have a little bit of fun tonight. If I can get everything set up the way I want it set up here. This should be a pretty easy peasy show tonight. This should be a good one. It should be a pretty easy peasy show tonight, actually. Hope. I do have something that I want to sort of address that came up to me. And I doubt that the person that I had this altercation with is going to be here tonight. And I don't care. We'll see how it goes. Hey, Input, happy to see you. Jay, happy to see you. Crimson, happy to see you. Well, Luigi, always glad when you're here, buddy. Hey, Mattia. Hey, Ultra Marcus. Dragonfly, always happy when you're here. Our trivia tonight comes from our friend Dragonfly. One moment here. I just want to do this. There. We go down. Hey, Sovereign, happy to see you here, buddy. Manitoba, glad you're here. Hey, Bergen. Razor Matrix, happy you're here, buddy. Hey, Stevie. Yes, Mattia, you're absolutely right, buddy. Hey, Ken, happy you're here, buddy. Let's see. Grimlock gone, happy you're here as well, my friend. I appreciate it, Crimson. If I can duck in just to say hello, we'll see. But I mean, there's a long way to go between now and Saturday, baby. Long way to go. Hey, Cyber. Paul, happy you're here, buddy. It'll be good to take a repaint break. Oh, man, I know all about those. Hey, Maximal 10, happy you're here. Okay, so let's start going through the news here because why are we going to delay any longer? We're going to start going through the news. It's an interesting week of news. A lot of I feel like this week of news is like a lot of kind of odds and ends, so to speak. Let's sing it now. Input. I bet Input has the voice of an angel. I bet you he does. So I bet you he does, though. Go with that. Go with that luxurious hair of his. Um, okay, off topic already. Okay, so let's kind of get back on here. So first things first. Uh, we may have kind of seen a little bit of a teaser image, possibly from 80s Tees as it relates to the 86 line. Recently, and this came from Ultimate Wolf to me. I think though that the original poster, if I'm not mistaken, was Jaxus 666 on TFW, if I'm not mistaken. And he was at 80s Tees and he saw a Grimlock tee, and the art on it is basically the art that is on the box for 86 Grimlock in the Studio Series line. Well, there's another one there for Wreck-Gar. I would surmise, as did he, that that may very well be what the 86 Wreck-Gar could certainly look like if the Grimlock art is anything, to be an indication of it, right? It looks like it's probably the box art for Wreck-Gar. If it is, and if it's true, then I would venture to say, based on the box art, if the plastic offering matches the box art, this may very well be a definitive Wreck-Gar. But at this point, would anybody really expect anything less? If you haven't seen the image, you should really go and check it out from 80s Tees. I believe that very, very well could be that Wreck-Gar. Let's see. We saw some Airraiser concept art. It is fairly close to what we got. The head is a bit wider in the concept art. The wings are a bit smaller to kind of fall in line more with the original Beast Wars animation and cartoon. But it is fairly close. There are definitely nods to the Kingdom Airraiser that we got. And if you look at the concept art, I think you'd say, yeah, I see the similarities. Not perfect, but it's certainly in the spirit of YOLOPARK. Showed off their Bumblebee movie, Earth Mode, Optimus Prime, Plano model kit. Now, it has the internal interconnect endoskeleton system. So this is an internal system that connects together. My understanding has been that it's all done with magnets. I could be wrong about that. However it's done, you build the skeleton and you put the rest of the model kit around it. It is bonkers articulation. It stands 30 centimeters. It may have LED eyes, I think, but don't quote me on that. If it's not LED eyes, they are brilliantly painted. I think it's LED though. What else do we have here? They are challenging, and they usually come in like the base color, and you can kind of customize it as you see fit. So if you're going to go the YOLOPARK route, you have to be prepared for something that is complicated, certainly very high end, and something that you're going to have to be open to customizing yourself. It looks gorgeous. It is super duper detailed, and I suspect pretty hyper articulated. So it's obviously it's up to you, right? It's up to you. Flame Toys also showed off their Kuro Karakuri, Victory Leo, and Victory Saber, the combined mode of their Star Saber and Victory Leo. It's gorgeous. It really is. Now, it's still pretty expensive, but these are the more higher end and I can never remember the order that the words go in. The more higher end Kuro Karakuri sets, but they're amazing. Especially the tiger head of Victory Leo is really outstanding. When you see them combined, it is big, it is imposing, it is undeniably Victory Saber. The only drawback is that obviously neither one of them transform per se. They combine, but don't transform. So if that's a sticking point for you, might not be for you. Flame Toys also showed up their Farai, their more simplified, pre-assembled really kit, and that one is for Optimus Primal, which is a super duper highly stylized Optimus Primal. I don't think it's going to be for everyone. It's not the Primal for me, and the head sculpt seems a little too anime-ish for my taste. It seems very almost like Beast Wars 2 inspired. Like it seems like it would have fit in there. And that it's cool if you're down for that aesthetic, great. And I'm not going to pretend that it's not hyper articulated and looks beautiful. But it's definitely a departure from what we think of when we think of Optimus Primal. It is definitely highly stylized. It's almost more akin, to my mind, to what a movie version of Optimus Primal could look like. But that's just me. Titans Return Fortress Maximus. Who thought we'd be talking about anything to do with Titans Return Fortress Maximus? Peculiarly, DNA Design is going to be releasing a blaster for him, a rifle, actually, they're calling it. And I don't know why. It is basically a blue version, and I think they're doing a red one to go with Grand Max, of the Scorponok rifle. I feel like the orange Scorponok blaster is pretty iconic for Scorponok. I don't know how well it works in blue. I mean, if you want one cool, I don't see a reason not to get it. I'm sure it's done very well and works very well. It's just when I look at it, all I can see personally for me is, yeah, that's a blue. That's a blue blaster for Scorponok. It doesn't yell um, Fort Max to me, but I mean, that's just me. There's nothing wrong with it. If you're in Fort, I'm not going to say don't get it or anything like that. I love DNA Design. They do great stuff. I like them. I see no reason not to get it. I just don't know if it's necessary. To each their own in that regard. I'm going to check in with you guys a little bit here before we go on with the news, because otherwise things kind of sometimes get out of hand and I miss it and I fall way behind. Um, I do. I knew an angel input. Uh, yeah, I've heard that Cyber that the will do that. I'm fingers crossed that it does nothing to me because it'll not be fun if Saturday, my birthday, is me lying in bed all day, tired. That'd be no fun. That's not the way to spend a birthday, man. He really does. Input is a musician. He probably has a beautiful voice. That's true, actually. I never even thought about that. Call you Thor. Oh, happy Thor's Day, by the way. Um, hey, Devlin, happy to see you here. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Wreck-Gar too. Here's the thing. Like, I have the RTS Wreck-Gar and I have the Power of the Primes one. I'll just call those guys, if this Wreck-Gar is good, I'm fine with calling those guys just Junkions. Yeah, okay, they have heads, but whatever. They can be Junkions. I'm cool with that. Um, I check it out. I haven't seen it yet. It's pretty cool, actually. Spent an hour today trying to ID a Beast Wars part. Turned out to be Beast Wars Scourge's head, but all of the vac metal was gone. Oh, so it kind of just looked like a blob, like an odd blob. That was hard. I'm impressed with you figuring it out. Hey, medic. Uh, hey, Blue. Let's see. So we go down here. I'm very late on Siege and Kingdom. I only 3 Earthrise. You know what, Medic? Look, everybody got to start somewhere, man. Like when I got back into collecting, I started off with the Fall of Cybertron Soundwave. I did have a ROTF fast action battler version of Megatron and Optimus, and that's all I'd had until I saw Fall of Cybertron Soundwave, and I was like, man, that's the Soundwave I remember as a kid. It wasn't, but you remember weird, right? And after I had him, I said, man, you know what? That Shockwave, I know he's small, I know he's a deluxe, but that Shockwave looks really good. So I got Shockwave and then Jazz and then the Optimus. And once I had Optimus, I said, I need Megatron. They were doing the stealth bomber Megatron guy. And I was like, well, I'll get him because there's no other Megatron out right now. And then I was like, well, if I have him, I really want the Starscream. And I got the Fall of Cybertron Starscream. And if I had Starscream, well, then I needed Thundercracker. And if I have those two, then I really want Skywarp. So, like, it just sort of grew organically, but everybody got to start somewhere. So, coming in late or not, better late than never. Hey, Sound Blaster. Do you like animated versus Prime more? Do you mean do I like animated or Transformers Prime more? Um, I don't know. Honestly, both are really, really well done. I love animated and I love Prime. There's aspects I like about each. I like the Transformers Prime Megatron better. Um, I like the inclusion of Unicron better in Transformers Prime. I don't know. There's aspects about both I really like. Neither's perfect, but both of them are so strong, very neck and neck. That's a solid hard question, man. Um, Let's see. Another run on Titans Return Fort Max. Listen, buddy, I could get behind that. Some having another run, I could get behind. Um, I fell down the GI Joe rabbit hole. Was it you, Jay, that I saw with the Major Blood today? Was that you? It's a small blaster, a large one because I have not seen it. I'm just gonna say, hey, KR. I have no idea how to say your actual name. Crislid? Crislid? Am I saying it right? Let me know if I'm saying it wrong. Like, correct me on it. Who hoping I don't get invited to my second jab on my birthday in a couple of weeks. Listen, man, I'm hoping for you too. Um, Fort Max rerun sold. Let's see. I only started collecting modern figures on wave 2. It's never too late. That's right. Ultramarcus got it right. It's never too late. I'm looking forward to the red Starscream. He will go well with my Soundwave mix. Let's talk about that one right now. So, in the red line, we have seen Coronation Starscream. I feel like that this works a bit better than just the kind of stock Starscream. Something about that one didn't sit right to me, and I feel like this one looks better. I like the cloth cape. It arguably could have some extra wiring in it, but I like the cloth cape. I like the parts. I like the crown. I think it looks good. Red isn't for me. Tactile, I just don't like the material it's made out of. It's not for me there. But if you're in on the red line, I really think that the Coronation Starscream is a beauty, a bit of a gem for that line. It's not for me, but if it's for you, I can 100% get behind you with it. 100%. Because I do think it is beautiful. I wish I'd gotten the Siege Shockwave. He goes for crazy money on that. Really? Here he stuck around for months and months and months and months and fell down to $9 Canadian at Walmart, and he had dust on the top of him. I'm surprised that he goes for that much. My only Titan is Omega Supreme until I get the arc. Titans I've been pretty lucky with. I've gotten all the Titans that I want. I mean, I didn't get Grand Max because I didn't want it. Too big for a Grand Max for my taste. I didn't get Predaking because it didn't make sense to me. But the other ones I've got. Um, I've got an oldie but a goodie today. Titans Return Six Shot. I like Six Shot. I liked it enough that I was very happy to get Quick Switch when I got the I don't know one of the box sets. I like it. I don't know. I think it's a great mold. A lot of people complain about it. Not me. I like that one. Hey, Triple R. Oh, wow. You actually found a Castle Grayskull. Congrats, man. Red Alphatron and Elita 1 would be amazing. Honestly, there's certain characters that would certainly fit well in the red line. I feel like Alphatrion, for example, and arguably Elita 1, I feel like would both fit really well there, especially Alphatrion. Hey, Imperial, maybe Wreck-Gar will come in. He's supposed to be coming in Studio Series 86. I mean, that's the word, right? My dream car. I don't really have one. I'm not much of a car guy, to be honest with you. I don't. I've always. This is going to sound silly. And when I say it, I know it's going to sound silly, and people are going to be like, "What?" For whatever reason, I've always been really partial to an 87, 88 Mustang 5 liter. Why? I don't know. I don't know. It's always just been a vehicle that spoke to me. Some folks like Red RC. Others like Starscream. What? Oh, some folks like Red RC. Others like Starscream. Um, what's that telling you? Wow, really? That's a lot in the UK, man. Transmutate done in the red line would be really good, actually, Masterfire. Yeah, Transmutate done in the red line would be really good. I order Omega Supreme. He's coming on Monday. Enjoy Sound Blaster. Omega Supreme, he's great. Mine is Ultima Guard, but I reviewed the Siege Omega, and honestly, he's really fantastic. There's absolutely no reason not to get him. Shockwave was a shell former in Canada. Yeah, he was for a long time. It's sad, really. I found out after he had kind of sold out that Crimson was looking for a few. I mean, I had I known maybe 2 months earlier, I probably could have got him. I'm going to say three. I probably could have got him three, $9 each. I didn't. I didn't know he was hard to get. I didn't know. I mean, I bought him and I overpaid for him because I don't think he's a leader. But I didn't know that people wanted him like that. Otherwise, I try to. I'm like I'll keep my eyes open now for stuff like that. Right? 50 online there. Wow, that's nuts. Did you see my past comments? But if you didn't, hello. Oh, hey, Marvelous. I don't think I saw your past comments. Been a while, man, since you've been in here. Like, you fell off the radar for a while, bro. I want that Starscream, but I'm repainting him into Slipstream. Interesting. That's an interesting idea. I really like the Coronation Starscream. I want to get a Starscream since I missed Earthrise. That's fair, too. Tier you in my area still have Shockwaves on the shelves. There you go, Manitoba. Manitoba still got some of them on the shelves. See how much they are there. By the way, Manitoba, any of your Walmart still have them on the shelf? I think Red Shockwave and Ironhide would be cool. Red Shockwave would make cool. Would be cool. That would make sense. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff silly going on around here. Oh yeah. Oh, I was an absolute 5.0 fanboy. 100% input. I'm not even going to pretend I wasn't. I wanted one for a G1 cartoon color version of multiples for stop motion animation. Stop motions have been giving me a ton of trouble. I feel you, man. Red Grimlock, maybe. Here's the thing with the red line, like I could get behind some of the stuff in it because I liked Action Masters. I wish I felt like the materials were better in them. But I think they look spectacular. I really think they look spectacular. So like Red Dinobot is inevitable. I agree. I think Red Dinobot is inevitable. Okay, going on down through the news here. So, in Canada's studio series, Bumblebee Starscream, he's out. I haven't seen him. He's been at EB Games in some areas. Kang Toys showed off artwork of their Razor Claw. Of course, going to be a centerpiece to their Predaking. And it's very interesting artwork. But I feel like there's a ton of kibble all over, man. Now, when we saw the artwork for their dive bomb, I said then it looks spectacular, but I feel like there's going to be a lot of kibble. And indeed, their dive bomb, it does look spectacular and does have a ton of kibble. I expect the same thing with Razor Claw. I think it's going to look amazing. I hope the kibble is highly movable so you can get in a lot of poses and stuff. I think it might be. But it's definitely an interesting take on Razor Claw. At this point, I don't think I would have guessed it as Razor Claw. But I mean, this is a sketch, right? It's not even really a color image. So we shall see. But I think it's promising. What else do we have? We saw more pictures of Kingdom Rodimus. And for everything we've seen, I'm getting nervous, man, about him being a commander class value. Now, I was having a discussion with a guy who was like, yeah, but he comes with a sword and he comes with the blaster and there's that big trailer and then he has 9 blast effects. And I'm like, blast effects? Your defense is blast effects? Look, when we got, for example, Skylynx or Jetfire, Skyfire, I think they each came with 6 blast effects. So, okay, we're getting 3 more blast effects. There are things here that's really nice. The hands are highly articulated. Now, that being said, the picture where Rodimus is shaking hands with Optimus, like, what's up, man? With Rodimus's hands, like, they're huge hands, like, they're gigantic. Almost like now his hands look out of proportion to me. And he has such a scowl and a frown on. I guess because, oh, he's been leader. I think it's a nice Voyager. All the stuff that comes with him. Is all of that going to be enough to bring him up to commander class value? Somebody else said to me, yeah, but he has a chamber and a matrix. I said the Optimus had a chamber and a matrix too, and a trailer and accessories, and he was a leader price. This is a commander price. Am I supposed to believe that throwing in some blast effects is what's making this a commander price? I don't know. I don't know. Like, I'm open to when I get him saying, wow, you know what? He is great. He is a commander. And here's why. But the more I see these pictures, the more nervous I get about that. And I have yet to see a picture where his arm is doing this out. I have yet to see one where his arm is doing that. That's concerning to me. He's pulling off all these poses, but we have yet to see one with his arm out. I need to know that shoulder articulation. I really, really am interested to see that because the hot rod was pretty wonky in that department. You can work around it, but it definitely takes some work. I'm not against the Rodimus by any stretch of the imagination. I'm going to get him because he got to be better than the Power of the Primes. but I am nervous about value for money, and I find that's happening more and more. If things are going to make me nervous, that's going to drive me away from collecting. It really will, because that's not what I'm in it for. That's really not what I'm in it for. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful, but we need to see. Um, hey, Ace, let's go back here just a little bit again. Red Thrust would be neat. Uh, how have I adjusted? Dude, honestly, um, honestly, Autism Squad, like, you know what? I'm a pretty big homebody, and so is my wife. We're pretty big homebodies. Like, this was great. It just meant that we didn't have to go out where it's all too people-y. I like being in. Easy adjustment for me. Super easy. I like being home. That being said, here we don't. Generally we've done a really good job of managing things, so it kind of ebbs and flows here a bit. But yeah, generally I'm okay with staying home. Walmart is hit or miss as of late, but holy has it been good for the Netflix Wave 3. Gives me hope for the future. Fingers crossed for you, man. Um, you can message me Marvelous Prime on Discord. Am I going to see it? That I don't know. We'll see. I'm not in there very much, man. Red is my past. I don't like statues. That's fair. I mean, to each their own. Um, there was a T-shirt with some. We already talked about Transformers 2000. It was the first thing on the news about that artwork, and we figure it's going to be the box art. Um, that would be a weird leak. I agree, and it might not be true. I mean, it might just be coincidence, but it'll be interesting to see when the box comes out if it matches that T-shirt. Um, let's see. I'm not too happy about Kingdom Rodimus. I don't care if the trailer does my dishes and folds my laundry. A lot of people aren't blown away by him yet. Um, here's my rebuttal MPB. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. For the record, we have an MPB, and I got him for $30 Canadian because that's what he's worth. He's only worth $30 Canadian. Any more than that, you shouldn't have bought it. That tailpipes, what? That tailpipe separation turns me off. Oh yeah, yeah. I don't know if anybody's noticed it or if it's just me, but thanks, Sovereign Knight. So go and look at the vehicle mode representations of that Rodimus Prime and where the trailer goes in. The pipes that go along the side and up are split by his spoiler. Like, I don't understand why, like, exhaust pipes or flame thruster pipes or whatever. Why are the pipes split? Like, that totally takes me out of like the suspension of disbelief and the thought like these are continuous flame pipes or something. Like, they're obviously not. Are they just there for decoration or what? But yeah, they split, and I find that really weird. And the wheels are unpainted. They should have been painted. I, I brought that up to Lazy Eyebrow, and he was so disappointed after, and it was like, I can't unsee that now. I think it's really bad. Um, what do we have here? I like the Rodimus, but I'm boycotting Hasbro, and oh, my neighbor, TF Fangeeks. What? TF Fangeeks your neighbor? Really? Hmm. Interesting. I figured out the Rodimus is an SS-86 faceplate's got three. Possibly. Um, who is Commander Price? Rodimus Prime. I like all the accessories that come with the Super Sevens. That's fair. Oddly enough, we can give Power of the Prime's Rodimus Prime a good check mark for the tailpipe. Look, if there's one strength that the Power of the Prime's Rodimus Prime has, it's his vehicle mode. He has a good vehicle mode. Um, We did not. We're going through the news now a bit, Runus. The main thing so far, the biggest thing that you have sort of missed, is the new pictures of Rodimus and stuff, and the possible Wreck-Gar T-shirt that might be a weird leak of the box art for '86. I know, it's really roundabout, but the Grimlock shirt had it. It was a whole thing. I talked about it at the beginning of the show. Cool. You haven't missed too much. You haven't missed too much, Mr. Rivas. You have not missed too much, John. Don't worry about it. Just as a quick reiteration for the people coming in a little bit late, we talked about that kind of T-shirt art with Wreck-Gar. We talked about some concept art for AirRaiser, the YOLOPARK Bumblebee Optimus Prime. We talked about the Flame Toys, Victory, Leo, and Victory Saber, and their Optimus Primal. We talked about the Fort Max blaster rifle that's being done by DNA Design, the Kang Toys Razor Claw, which looks pretty good. The Bumblebee movie Starscream is out in Canada, and the Rodimus. There you go. Now you're caught up, boys. Now you're caught up. Hey, Elixir. Kingdom Rodimus had better have all of the bells and whistles. I'm talking. The pictures don't have painted wheels. I don't know if it's going to fit two deluxes, man. Hey, Event Progenitor. Yeah, we're going to get to that because actually we're going to get to that right now. So we're also going to talk about some new pictures came out for premium. What is it called? Premium Finish. And it showed more of the Bumblebee and the Optimus. Now, there was one weird picture in there. There was one of Optimus who seemed to be blasting one of the Rainmakers, Nova Storm. But then there was a next image, and it was the same image, but instead of the bright, vibrant yellow that the Rainmaker is, it was more of a mutedy type of yellow, kind of like the premium finished Bumblebee is. I don't know if that's going to be yet another use of that Siege mold or what. It'll be interesting to see. I don't know if that more muted yellow was actually in the program as a seeker or not. It might be a hint to something to come because sometimes Takara likes to do that sort of stuff. The Optimus looks good. I guess he has green windows and stuff. The battle damage on him is laid out a little bit differently. There's a lot kind of on his, like just above his knees, and the Bumblebee looks good. Looks very much like the cartoon. As well, there is and Event Progenitor can tell me who this is. There is I'm going to say Legends class version of Inferno coming out that looks pretty cool, but I don't know who's making it. If he can tell me, that would be great because I missed who is making it. Lives up in LA. I live in the harbor. Huh, interesting, Blue. Hey, Universe Models. I may stick with my custom Sunstorm. Honestly, if you haven't seen Input's custom Sunstorm, maybe on his Instagram, go check it out. He's done a beautiful job with it. Are you picking up the Mirage 2-pack or skipping on it? We're going to talk about that in just a little bit, Runus. Other news today, Optimus Prime truck came and driver talked about bullying. Really interesting. My Seeker line is full. I can't fit any more on the shelf. It's fair, man. That's fair. But I know that if there's a repaint, I know that Triple R is going to be all over it, man. Hey, DW Brown. Premium Finish Skywarp. You know what? That'd be really cool, actually. Input is the king of custom seekers. He is. DSFX Beast Legends. DSFX Beast Legends. Inferno. Beast Wars Inferno. So check it out. It looks really good. It's about legend size, but it looks really good. Let's see. Someone has hired me to make a core class Skywarp, and I'm nervous. Wish me luck. Good luck, Elixir. My secret shelf needs a few more. I can believe it, man. Hey, look at that. It's Razor Bear. Today I learned I can't stand Fans Toys leg. What? Fans Toys leg humpers? Ooh. I'm not gonna go there, man. I'm not gonna go. Oh, by the way, if anybody missed it, Saturday's my birthday. So when we get to the unboxing tonight, it's really the top off of my birthday haul. So like next week, no, I'm not gonna have some fancy birthday haul. Now Kingdom Tracks. We saw some more images, man, of Kingdom Tracks. I don't know. I'm so torn on Tracks. I feel like the thing is up behind his head a little high. I like the car. I don't like the back end of it. I'm going to get him for sure because I think he's probably better than the RTS. He's definitely got a better body silhouette. I like the torso. I like the shape of the legs and the arms. I like that he can, what I'm going to guess is very easily do the flying car mode. And I think the face is perfect on him. There's a lot to like about him. A lot to like about him. But that being said, I can also see some people having a few minor gripes. I don't think it's going to ruin it or anything, but like that, I think when I do the scores for him, he's going to score high. But time will tell for sure. Rescue Bots Academy is up for some sort of award. I think for animation. Hope they get it. I guess. Why not? What else do we have here? What else do we have here? We saw an image, and it's really more of a sketch at this point of MP Shuki. I don't even know if I'm saying that right, but it is our first indication of any movement on the Masterpiece Raiden set from 2019. Slow going, but of course we've kind of had the world shut down for a long time, so it was going to be slow going, but we got that. In the same image that's going to be part of the upcoming Generations book, we also have what looks like a very early prototype of Masterpiece Jetfire / Skyfire. G1 Jetfire / Skyfire. He's huge. They have an MP10 next to him. An MP10 is basically lower tummy, upper waist of him, so he's going to be huge. I suspect the price tag is going to be wild on him. There's still a lot more that needs to be done than the prototype has, like a lot more detailing that needs to be done. But I suspect a lot of people are going to kind of go bonkers for this guy. I could be wrong, but that's what I'm expecting. I can't wait to see it develop. I can't wait to see what the price tag is. I'm not. I have the Commander Class 1. To me, that's perfect. But I'm not an MP guy. If you are, man, I don't know. I don't know if you're going to be in for it or not, but $5.99. Maybe $5.99 US. It could be $5.99 US. Slow DK. I could believe that, honestly. I could easily believe that. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens with it. We also saw NPM 12, and this is the Bumblebee movie masterpiece. Optimus Prime looks amazing. The detail is astonishing. The paint is super well done. Looks very animation accurate. The articulation is very top notch. Excellent looking truck mode. I assume the transformation is going to be brutal, but maybe it won't. I don't believe that, but maybe it won't. If you like the Bumblebee movie Optimus Prime, I think the NPM 12 might be a definitive one. And I'll say this: while NPM as a line has had a couple of misses, Ironhide, it's also had some real big hits, such as Barricade. I thought he was so well done, and Ratchet apparently is very well done. So the Optimus Prime from the B movie, I think it looks really, really, really good. We also talked about that Starscream. Okay, last part of the news here is going to be the 2-pack of Mirage and Grimlock. So first things first, I like Dinobot. I like this body type as Dinobot. I know it as Dinobot. Apparently the Grimlock, and I'm not really familiar with the character, but apparently the Grimlock is the G1 Grimlock, and depending on the fiction you follow, sometimes he didn't want to become like the rest of the builders and immobile, so he moved himself to a smaller body. And in other fiction, he kind of went in there sort of against his will and sort of bitter about it. But either way, that's supposed to be G1 Grimlock. I don't see it, man. I don't, but that being said, if you have a connection to it, or you remember from your childhood, or you have that nostalgia, then this is a great mold, worth getting. It's not for me. I have no need, no want for it. I like the mold here. I don't need it more than this. I'm very much about the animation when it comes to Beast Wars. Then we get to the Mirage. And is the new Mirage better than this Mirage? Mixed bag, to each their own. I'm not in for it. I like this Mirage better. Here's why. Even though this one has the translucent plastic and the new one doesn't. That is a strength and a point for the new one. The lower body transformation of the new one, I think, is going to be exactly the same. The new one seems to have blue plastic used on the thighs with white paint applied, as where this one just had white plastic. I like that better. No chance of scraping. The torso on the new one, it might look a bit better than this torso, but I don't have a problem with this torso. The shoulders and arms are totally redone. I believe that the way it will work is that the arm will come all the way out and then rotate on a swivel up on the shoulder. And then these arms, instead of kind of going folded at the elbow, I think they're going to go straight out and kind of peg into each other. That's cool. I think that that's an okay way to do it. Hopefully this whole kind of section that hangs out on the back. A lot of people said, "Hey, his whole chest is on the back of the race car." Won't be there. And they do have a little 26 there and stuff, so that's cool. But there is no place on the shoulder to put his shoulder blaster, and his shoulder blaster is all gray. So he has two hand blasters and no peg hole on his shoulder to put it. To me, that's a deal breaker. The thing on his shoulder, whether it is the G1 plastic representation or plastic and die cast, or the G1 cartoon animation, or any of it, he always has it on his shoulder. I want it up there. So this guy wins for me. But the 2-pack, like, cool, I guess. Here in Canada, it's going to be $80. It's not worth it to me. It's not, to each their own. It's just not worth it to me. Great set. I support the set, and I understand why people want it. It's just, for me, I don't see the investment of $80 there. Going back up and just checking with you guys because I know I've definitely missed some stuff here. Seen a post on Reddit that Galvatron is rolling out in Australia. That'd be cool, man, if he's rolling out there. Maybe I could fit another 3. Yeah, you know you can, Manitoba. There's always room for seekers. Hey, Donnie. Core class Sky Warp. Toy Hacks has stickers for a Legends class Sky Warp. They do. They do. Thanks, Runus. I appreciate it. How old? Too old, DK. You never ask a lady her age. Just yeah, that's what I said. That's what I said. No, I'm gonna be 43. Like I said, old. I don't like the hip skirt on the robot mode on the new tracks. Honestly, Donnie, I can get behind that. I really can get behind that. Hey, man, Donnie, happy birthday to you too. Happy early birthday to you, buddy. May babies are the best babies. Just saying. I'm not biased or anything, though. Yes, I am. Hey, chicken fried steak. My happiness has just grown because he has my favorite name. Don't ever change your name, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, things are all right. I'm surviving, man. Honestly, chicken fried steak, buddy. I'm surviving. The Trax RTS is good, but my biggest complaint are the floppy feet. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm right there with you. Hey, Sandman. Woohoo. Hope you get it before your birthday then, man. I hope we get a few more uses of the cliff jumper mold. It's not a mold for me. I mean, if you want a cool, it's I'm very about it. Clear plastic breaks easily. Everybody says clear plastic breaks easily. I've never in my life had clear plastic just break. And I've got a lot of them, and some of them years old. Like, everybody's like, if you have that Siege Mirage, those little tabs are definitely going to break. Mine aren't even stressed, and I can guarantee you I've transformed him often. I think a lot of it has to do with, and we talked about this before, I think a lot of it has to do with climate. I think I'm just lucky to live in a place where the climate doesn't really ruin that stuff the same as it does for some places. I don't think it's me doing anything special because I'm often like a Butterfingers, right? But I think a lot of it is climate. I appreciate that, DW. I'm always happy when somebody calls me young because I don't feel it. I'm concerned that Battle Across Time Mirage doesn't have the shoulder launcher mount. Well, it's no concern. He doesn't have it, Crimson. Like, you can look at it. You can look at his shoulders, man. He doesn't have it. Um, Why is nobody raving over Combiner Wars Mirage? Honestly, I liked that Mirage. I had no issue with it. Hey, Sawyer! It did work better for drag strip, though. But I still liked it for Mirage. I used it for Mirage for a while. I think Season 1 of Universal Collision has that Mirage. My transparent Siege Mirage seems perfectly fine. There you go. Right? H&E Games. He knows. He knows. And he lives in a climate way different than mine. Man, listen. The Dirge and Ramjets. I'm still waiting. 8 delay emails so far. I'm curious now if I can make it to a year. It was July 17th of 2020 that I ordered it. I'm just saying, this is May. This is May. We're only 2 months away from him being on pre-order that set being on pre-order 1 whole year. Hey, thank you, Dragonfly. I appreciate it, buddy. And I appreciate you being here and being a super chat super fan. What do we have here? Yeah, humidity and lack thereof has a lot of effects. Absolutely. Small crack developed on the windshield of my Jazz. Ooh, be careful with that, man. Be careful with that. Clear plastic is prone to degrading. The polymer bonds make it brittle. Hence micro cracks. I don't notice any of that. And I've done a lot of stuff with mine, like the chest, for example, of Titan's Return cup. I slathered that with rubbing alcohol to take off a bunch of the paint, and I always cleaned off. And everybody was like, "Oh, it's gonna crumble." No, it didn't, because I knew what I was doing. It's fine, and he's years old now, and it's always been fine. Hasbro can't re-release Arsene Wheeljack. Oh, can re-release Arsene Wheeljack, but not the Coneheads, right? I finally got the Dark of the Moon, Fireburst Optimus Prime, Fire Axe. Oh, nice, actually. Hey, Tony. Yeah, I hope you're right. I know that somebody said that may happen, but I haven't heard any news come to my ear that it's actually happening. Interesting. Okay, so we have gone through the news. I just want to point out something. There was someone who was usually in here who this week I told to get bent because I found out that he was talking smack about me and the work that I do, really in a public forum that I wasn't a part of. And look, I got no problem. If you don't like what I do, cool. I know I'm kind of abrasive. I know that I don't do everything perfect. And the guy who criticized me, uh, both, and I won't say a name, he both criticized me, and he compared me to, I'll say, a company where there is a staff of professionals working on a fiction, and I'm one guy with a camera and a passion working on fiction. And he compared those two and then talked down about me quite brashly, as a matter of fact. So when he commented, I called him out and said, "We have an issue." And he said, "Oh, really? What's wrong?" And I told him, I said, "Look, if you want to talk, you come to me. You come to me if you got something to say, and we'll hash it out." He went behind my back, so I said, "Get bent." And I haven't heard from him since. And if I never do, I'm okay with that. Here's the thing. A lot of people, when I've done that, have said, "You need me. You need me to be a viewer." No, I don't. I promise you. I promise you, brother, I don't. Really don't. I would have to care. And we all know I don't. I just don't, man. So it's okay. Everybody's entitled to like what they like. And some people like some of my stuff and not other things. And that's cool. Not everybody likes everything, right? I mean, that's life. But don't be a coward and talk behind my back about stuff. At least come to me face to face. If you don't like something, say it. That's fine. We may not agree and we may have fallen out. Maybe we'll never talk again. Maybe we will. But at least come to me. In here, I've had fallen out with people in here before. Me and Kato. I love Kato. I'd give the guy a big hug. But him and I, we've had words. I've yelled at Crimson before. I've yelled at Input before. But none of it's taken personal at the end of the day. Why? because you just do it face to face. You just bring it to the person and you hash it out and you deal with it. Maybe the dealing with it at the end is throwing up your arms saying, "Oh well," and moving on with life. But because of how this person did it, and actively encourage someone who is here, and if you're in the know, then you know who I'm talking about. Actively encourage someone to specifically not come here and not watch my content. If that's what you're doing and you're actively trying to hurt the channel, then I don't want you here anyway. Simple as that. Who needs you? That being said, if he's around your channel, I'd beware. I wanted that axe form Earthrise. That's a good axe form, man. Hey, Mike. Yeah, everyone's doing good, buddy. I'm sticking with my Siege Mirage. Me too. I do not understand what there is to talk about. No one knows really anything about anyone else. That's true, but people do like to talk junk. Listen, people are saying sorry that happened to me, and I appreciate the sentiment, but like I don't care. Like I'm a big boy and I've taken it on the chin a lot of times. I just don't like when people talk behind my back about stuff. Right? I appreciate that, Sandman. I really do, buddy. Your hater's gonna hate, I mean, it is what it is. I don't wanna yeah, like me and Event Progenitor. Whoa, there's a good example. Me and Event Progenitor disagree vehemently about politics. We generally don't talk about it because we're not going to agree. So either we could have that be an issue for us, or we could be like, you know what, man, it ain't no thing. It ain't no thing. And honestly, I would rather take the second route. There have been times though when even when we have disagreed about it, at least we've talked like face to face about it, and I can at least respect that approach. It's when people go behind your back. That's what I don't respect. Hey, thank you, Danny. I appreciate it. I appreciate that too, Slow. And I know, man, that I can be abrasive, but I think that by now, I think people expect it. Whether they agree with it or not, I think people expect it because at least it's brutal honesty. And I think now if I was anything less, I think people would pick up on it. I think if I was like, pandering, if I was going to be someone that somebody would say like, oh, they're probably a sellout. Like I think you would obviously know if I was a sellout because I would be so different from who I am, if that makes sense. I found last year that Deluxe Armada Prime and Pull the Armada Leader. Oh, really? Can pull the Armada Leader trailer? Really? Be cool if you could combine with it. Yeah, there you go. Like Tony. There you go. Tony pointing out he doesn't agree with PPR on politics, but he appreciates his reviews. Yeah, I mean, exactly. Imagine if Hasbro did upgrade kits. I don't know if that necessarily be. Although they did that Centurion pack, and a lot of people like that, right? I've been told I'm a bit abrasive this past week. Sure, you are slow. Everybody knows, but that's okay. It's part of your charm. I appreciate it, Ultra Marcus. I don't see like Crimson doesn't agree with me about 86 Hot Rod, right? But it loves me anyway. You got to spread the love, man. I agree. People's politics and all that stuff shouldn't apply to this format. Uh, yeah. When Maximal 10 gets annoyed with me, he just gives me trash to review and is like, here, enjoy. Good luck. Okay. All right, let's do trivia. Let's do trivia. That way, we can work on the slight unboxing there. It's not much. And then we can get out of here and enjoy our weekends. Okay, so trivia. This one, of course, that comes from our friend Dragonfly, and this one is in Beast Wars. Who is the first character to speak? Is it A. Cheetor, B. Rat Trap, C. Rhinox, or D. Optimus Primal? Who's the first one to speak? A. Cheetor, B. Rat Trap, C. Rhinox, or D. Optimus Primal? The Rat Trap, Cheetor, Rat Trap. I don't expect that new voice actor for Siege Shockwave to be a good choice. I'm worried about the new voice actor for Kingdom Beast Force Megatron. That's the one I'm worried about. Blue Raccoon says A, which would be Cheetor. C says Tracer, and that would be Rhinox. The answer, ladies and gentlemen, and Starscream Wife hasn't even chimed in, so she's probably not even listening tonight. The answer is A, Cheetor. By the way, I know Starscream Wife hasn't been in here. She is over there, but I think she's working on a couple of other things herself. So she is here. Okay. It is Cheetor. I didn't know that one either. Let's do... Was it not the narrator that says Beast Force? It probably was the narrator who says Beast Force. I should have said Beast Force character. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Skeletor's new voice actor as well. Oh, she's lurking. There you go. There you go. My wife, being creepy as always. I don't know. You know what? Let's do a second round of trivia. I don't usually do it, but I got a second one ready. This one from Blue Raccoon. Let's do a second round of trivia, and then we'll do the unboxing and get out of here. Second round of trivia in the Unicron trilogy. Second round of trivia. Everybody ready? This is the bonus round, the action round. In the Unicron trilogy, who are the first 3 Autobots to arrive on Earth? Are they A, Optimus, Sure Shot, and Jetfire? B, Hotshot, Red Alert, and Optimus? D, Vector, Safeguard, and Jolt? Or D, Override, Scattershot, and Landmine? Who are the first 3 Autobots to arrive on Earth? Optimus, Sure Shot, and Jetfire? B, Hotshot, Red Alert, and Optimus? C, Vector, Safeguard, and Jolt? Or D, Override, Scattershot, and Landmine? We have a D, a B, a B, a B, a B, a B. Thank you, Cyber. I appreciate that. Nobody said you had to agree with it, man. Nobody said you had to agree with it, and that's fine. F, G, LMNOP. The answer is, you guys are smart. It is B, man. It is B. Hotshot, Red Alert, and Optimus Prime. Bonus question. Bonus question. Who was the first Minicon to be featured in the Unicron trilogy? Who was the first Minicon? Name. Anybody know who the first Minicon was? It's not a multiple choice. This one's name. Anybody know who the first Minicon was? In fact, it was the first Transformer in the show. My response would be your mom. Highwire! There you go. Transformers 2002 got Highwire. And who was the first con? Come on, who was the first con? No, it was Highwire. You got it. It was Highwire. Come on, first con. Megatron. Your boy got it. There you go. Megatron. There you go. You guys know, man. You guys are so good. Okay, let's do the unboxing. Get out of here. So, this is technically my birthday haul. Really, this is because of Starscream Wife. Last week, and I didn't say it, I was kind of saving it till I had the end of the birthday haul, so to speak. Really, courtesy of Starscream Wife, I have the Sparkless Seeker, who I'm calling Grime Wing, and his 2 Battle Masters that are going with Quake to be Tip Top and Heater. My Quintesson drones, who I have not yet reviewed, they are courtesy of her. My Sparkless Bot, who I'm calling Rust Bucket. My Netflix deep cover, and this little pickup, which will be the subject of tomorrow's review. I'll just lay that there. It is the, hold on. It is the Netflix Optimus Primal and Rat Trap. Now, if you've been here, then you know I already reviewed Rat Trap and Optimus Primal, and I said they weren't for me. So why did I get these? First things first, we're going to have a... I appreciate Sandman. Thank you for being a Super Chat Super Fan, buddy. I really appreciate it. I wanted to... I'm going to show these guys doing the transformation from... animal back to robot, because then I'll have it documented that way here on the channel for you. We're also going to see them in comparison to the mainline Optimus and the mainline Rat Trap. We're going to see both of these guys with kind of my entire maximal force so far, except for Depth Charge because I didn't want to root him out. And we'll see them next to the Megatron. There is a very specific reason that relates to both look and value for money about why I got this. And it's something that I am very pleasantly surprised about and happy about. So we'll see all of that tomorrow. But yeah, Netflix, Optimus Primal, and Rat Trap, kind of dig them. It's gonna be a pretty upbeat. It's gonna be a pretty upbeat review for those guys. So really those guys, my Seeker with the two things, the the Rust Bucket, the Deep Cover, and the drones, all that is part of my birthday haul from my wonderful wife. So there you have it. Okay, so going to check in with you guys here just a little bit. Let's just go up here just a little bit. Leader one. Leader one. That was a good guess. That was a good guess for the minicon. Leader one was a good guess, man. And I can see why you'd say it because of Megatron, right? I am indeed Canadian, sir. Yes, sir. As East Coast as you can get, buddy. I'm thinking of making some reviews. I have plenty of figures, but I don't know if I should, especially because I don't know if I'll be able to be consistent or have the time to make good. Listen, listen, Elixir, go back and watch GotBot True Review #1. Go back and watch #1. Um, I I barely know what I'm doing now. Don't worry about it, man. Look, if you got a camera, be a nerd with a camera. That's all I am. And have fun. Have fun with it. Let's see. We go down here. Thank you, Vector. I appreciate it, buddy. Sawyer says, I got Netflix Deep Cover and team him up with Minicon Overrun. Oh, interesting. That's an interesting pairing. As we go down here. He is a jolly good fellow. Not me. Not me. Optimus Primal's a jolly good fellow. What? It is only what? It is a hobby. Your level of consistency is up to you. Regularity is only required if you plan to have people watch regularly. Yeah, with potential for ad revenue. Yeah, I mean, it depends on the reason you're doing it. I mean, honestly, H&E Games is totally right. It depends on the reason you're doing it. Hey, I appreciate that, Ken. Thank you so very much, buddy. I I I I am very humbled. I am very humbled. Thank you for being a super chat super fan. I'm so humbled by you guys. Help me form my Siege Megatron. My reviews are not the greatest. Ah, man, they don't have to be the greatest. All you gotta do is have fun doing it. All you gotta do, man, is have fun doing it. The first video I saw from you was a tutorial how to remove the battle damage paint. Oh man, that one gets the battle damage paint one is so funny because it gets love and it gets hate in the same measure. Some people are like, "Thank you for the explicit detail," because I needed to know very step by step, and other people are like, "Man, it took you forever to get to the point." I'm like, "That's because I was asked to go into explicit detail." It's not that it took me that long to get to the point. It's that I was doing that video as a response to many not demands, requests from people to please show very step by step what I did. So that's why I did it. It was for the people. We're a community. When people ask me, I try to deliver. That's it, ladies and gents. We can get out of here. It's been a blast on this Thursday night. We're going to come back here again next week. In the meantime, you enjoy your weekend. You have a blast. You have some fun. And you know what? Have a little cheer on me the weekend, man. On Saturday, wherever you're to, 5 o'clock your time, when you're tipping up a bottle of beer or something, you say this one's for GotBot. Anyway, I appreciate you guys coming by, giving me some of your extremely valuable time. I do know how important it is to you. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon. See what we offer to you through Teespring, or of course, hit the join button right here on YouTube to become a channel member. While you're at it, hit the subscribe button, stick around, have some fun with us, especially don't forget that somehow, some way, man, each and every single solitary day, you do make a difference. And I look forward, baby, to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit, either in the live streams at the stop motion premiere. We get together and have a visit inside the videos.